does a sex coach help you create great intimacy in your marriage? Well, you've probably had a coach for sports, maybe when you're a kid, or certainly as an adult, you might have had a career coach. Did you know you could have a coach that would help you as you walk out sex and intimacy in your marriage? Hi, I'm Mary Whitman Ortiz of Limitless Intimacy, bringing you the best tips and tools to create great intimacy in your marriage. On this channel, we talk about communication strategies and intimacy made simple steps, all from a Christian point of view. So if you're new here, we invite you to subscribe. And also, I invite you to stay until the end because I am going to give you the most profound question that a sex coach could ever ask you. All right, so what can a sex coach do for you? There are some benefits that come from having a coach in your life that will keep you accountable, because sometimes we try to do things on our own and we're not sure if we're making any progress, if we're progressing in the way that we really want to end up. So having that objective outside point of view is going to help you so much. In my past, I had huge obstacles when it came to getting healing from sex and intimacy issues. And the biggest obstacle was that I couldn't talk about it. I was just so scared. I mean, I had been shamed, I had been isolated. It was kind of a different generation, but it was a big deal. And really, I spent more than half of my adult life stuck in that pattern until I realized I still have more life to live and I don't want to stay at this place. And that is what jump-started me to make one of those first calls to get the outside help that I needed. And when I finally found somebody who was capable of talking about sex and intimacy from a Christian point of view, that was not just an over-the-top religious traditional point of view, and it took some searching to find this person, then I was like, oh, I don't have to carry all of this on my own. I was so relieved and encouraged, and a little scared at the same time. But here is the first benefit from working with a sex coach and getting all that accountability will give to you. You have to know you can't change until you have more self-awareness and you are committed to personal growth. But as I said, how can you gauge that on your own? You have to have that outside objective point of view to give you some tips. A sex coach is going to prompt you with questions again and again to keep you on track from what you said that you wanted, what that long-range goal is. Even if you change your goal as you go, it is still steps going forward and change that is happening. What is a second benefit from working with a sex coach and having some accountability? Well, you have to understand that you are learning new things and you're trying, these new relationship skills, which are important, but you still may feel a little uncomfortable as you're trying these things and you're trying to figure out, is this uncomfortable because it's new, or is it uncomfortable because I'm coming up against those exact same walls that I have come up against over and over? So a sex coach will help you to determine if this awkwardness is about the new or the old. And then once you decide that and you work together with a coach, then you get a next set of steps to be able to get to a next level of healing, understanding, and growth. All right, a third benefit of working with a sex coach. When you're leaving those old belief patterns, you have to decide to leave them. There's a tug of war. There's all those voices in your head calling you back to everything you knew as a child and in your life. And that tug of war is really strong when the messages are about sex and the messages have gotten mixed in with some Christian beliefs. I'm all about Christian beliefs, but they can be twisted. Notoriously, the church has not done a good job talking about sex. So we have to separate some of the messages that we've heard. Once again, it feels like it is a tug of war. So your coach is going to call you forward to your best self, to the goals that you have set for yourself. They're not going to focus on your past. We don't have to feel that heaviness. No, 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 no. Those mistakes that you've made, we are leaving them. We are learning from them. And part of that leaving and learning is focusing on what you are going towards in your future. You can get reminders because we need encouragement along the way when things are feeling difficult. I hope that this is giving you some help. And if you're getting some value, would you give me a thumbs up? Also, I have a question for you to answer in the comments. Who was your favorite coach growing up? And if you didn't play sports, who is your favorite mentor or youth leader or, piano or dance teacher, whatever? What memory do you have of someone that you trusted, that you looked up to, that called out your best during your formative years? All right, we have some more benefits for you. I'm on number 4. The unlearning and the relearning when it comes to sex and intimacy can be overwhelming. It's one thing when there's new information. It's another thing when this new information is just layered with so many experiences, emotional, just potential trauma as well. There is a lot at stake. It's not instant, and we have to get ready to make that commitment. You can feel raw and vulnerable as you're processing some of this. So a sex coach is going to create a safe space for you to unpack what you are experiencing. And they will hold you accountable and they will give you challenges, but not if, but when you fail, you just think of it as falling. And because you tried something new, woohoo, you took a risk, which is a sign of courage, which is a sign of you are worth it. My future is worth it. All good things, even if you happen to feel like you're falling. It's not the end of your progress. Tomorrow is another day. But the coach keeps that space for you to honor everything that's happening in your growth. And I have a 5th and final benefit for you of working with a sex coach who can create that accountability. So healthy sex and intimacy in marriage, especially in Christian circles, is rarely discussed. What happens because of that? You feel isolated. You feel like you're handling everything all on your own. And at that point, it seems like the issues are just magnified, which makes it even more difficult and really harder to unpack. So a sex coach will give you support to face the issues, knowing that you are not alone. They bring their professional expertise. Many of them bring their personal stories of triumph. It's great to hear those been there, done that stories of success. There's nurturing, there's caring words, everything that you need. Come on, keep going. Don't give up. You can do it. That is a part of what is happening in your process. A sex coach helps you to face the awkwardness of your situation and guide you towards healing and wholeness. Everything you need to be healthy. So do you want to know how to create healthy sex and intimacy in your marriage, even if you heard messages from the church that were not solid, even if you heard messages from the world that just really distorted what sex and intimacy is all about? Well, I've got good news for you. I have the Dream Team Marriage Program I'd love to invite you to be a part of. Hey, we deal with everything. Practical steps to get you to that next place. But hey, if you need some healing, if you need new tools, refreshing of old relationship tools, whatever you need, that is what is happening in the Dream Team Marriage Program. So look for that in the link below. And now, for the toughest question that a sex coach will ever ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what is the biggest fear you have in regards to sex? Think about it. And if you can explore that question on your own, then you are making yourself ready for more growth, for a healthier experience, and the joy that really God just desires to bless you and your marriage with. So thanks so much for joining me. And remember, God's original design for sexual wholeness in marriage is thriving and fulfilling intimacy.